he killed his own son or plotted to kill his own son. He's been out for 2 years while this investigation is going on, while my daughter and his grandson are resting in a grave. I don't think he should see the light of day until this case is solved.
This is the story of India Kinnamore, a 26-year-old pregnant woman whose life was tragically cut short. She was shot and killed on the very same day she was supposed to be induced to give birth. For more than 2 years, police had no answers. But later, they uncovered the shocking truth: someone very close to India, someone who didn't want her to have the baby, was behind it. Her killers were able to get inside her home because the door was intentionally left unlocked, just days before she was supposed to welcome her new child. Who would want to harm India, and why was she targeted? Let's find out. Welcome to the True Crime Journal. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for more true crime stories. This story takes us to Cincinnati, Ohio, also known as the Queen City. Cincinnati is famous for being the birthplace of America's first professional baseball team, for having a bridge that inspired New York's Brooklyn Bridge, and for its chili piled high with cheese. But behind its culture and pride, Cincinnati has long struggled with one of the highest violent crime rates in Ohio, a reminder that even cities built on history and innovation can't escape their darker side. India Kinnamore was just 26. She was bright, creative, and a loving mother. Always cheerful, she enjoyed posting videos on TikTok and making the most of life with her 6-year-old son. India later met Kayvon Warren, a 30-year-old man. At first, she didn't think their relationship would become serious, but it did. Somewhere along the way, India got pregnant. India was excited about her pregnancy. She loved every part of it, constantly sharing updates online. She even had a photo shoot with Kayvon, her boyfriend. On the outside, everything seemed perfect. But behind closed doors, Kayvon was not as happy as he appeared. Already a father, Kayvon wasn't ready for another child. He played along for appearances, but deep down, he didn't want another baby at all. India, innocent and full of joy, had no idea that the man she loved carried such dark intentions. Her focus was on her family, her social media posts, and preparing to welcome her baby into the world. By this time, India was 9 months pregnant. She was due to give birth any day and had been scheduled to be induced on March 4, 2023. But tragically, that day did not bring new life. In the early hours of the morning, around 4:30 a.m., police were called to an apartment in Coleraine Township, Ohio. India's 6-year-old son had called his grandmother in panic, saying, "Mommy has been shot." When officers arrived, they found India inside the home with multiple gunshot wounds. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Her unborn baby also died, never getting the chance to live. In a desperate attempt, she was rushed to the hospital, with hopes that the baby could still be saved. But it was too late. Both lives were lost. Police soon identified the victim, 26-year-old India Kinnamore, a young mother whose life and future had been stolen in a moment of senseless violence. Police reported that 26-year-old India had been shot just before 5 a.m. on Hidden Meadows Drive, off Hamilton Avenue. At the time, she was in the late stages of pregnancy. Tragically, her baby also died. At first, investigators had no suspects and made no arrests. Kayvon, India's boyfriend, even went online posting what looked like a heartfelt message: "Baby, I'm hurting bad off this one. I love y'all." To everyone watching, he seemed broken and grieving. People flooded his page with condolence messages, believing he was just another devastated victim of this tragedy. Even India's family, though shattered, did not immediately suspect him. But weeks turned into months. Then months turned into years. Still, there were no arrests. No answers. Just silence. Then, nearly 2 years later, everything changed. Coleraine police announced a major breakthrough in what had become a cold case.
Coleraine police announced arrests in a cold case involving the murder of a pregnant woman.
So this all happened back in 2023. 26-year-old India Kinnamore was pregnant when she was shot on Hidden Meadows Drive. She and her unborn child were killed. Tonight, Coleraine police announcing the arrests of 3 men for the murders. 20-year-old Robert Irvin, 30-year-old Kayvon Warren, and 22-year-old Lamar Suggs are all charged with 2 counts of murder.
The most shocking part of it all? Among those arrested was Kayvon, the same man who had stood by India during her pregnancy, who had posed for pictures with her, and who had written a grieving message online after her death. He was not only her boyfriend, he was also the father of the baby he allegedly helped plot to kill. India's grieving family could not believe it. Her mother said in pain,
They were in a relationship. He killed his own son, or plotted to kill his own son. He's been out for 2 years while this investigation is going on, while my daughter and his grandson are resting in a grave. I don't think he should see the light of day until this case is solved.
What began as a tragic mystery in 2023 had turned into one of the most shocking discoveries in Coleraine Township, a murder case where love, betrayal, and cold-blooded planning destroyed an entire future. By August 2025, the truth finally came out, and arrests were made. Investigators later revealed that this was not a quick case to solve. It took years of hard work, digging through cell phone records, tracking video footage, and analyzing location data. Piece by piece, they built the puzzle. And what it showed was horrifying. The 3 suspects had carefully planned the murder of India and her unborn baby. Court records revealed the darkest truth of all. Kayvon, the man India trusted and loved, the father of her child, was at the center of it. Prosecutors said he pressured her to end the pregnancy, but when she refused, he came up with a deadly plan. On the very day India was supposed to be induced, he allegedly left the door open so his friends could come inside and kill her. But India was more than a victim of violence. She was a mother full of life and light, someone who loved sharing advice on reading with children and baking with toddlers. Her friends remember her as gentle, kind, and always encouraging. On TikTok, her feed wasn't about chasing viral dances or fame. Instead, it was about love, maternity fashion, lullabies, and heartfelt advice. She might not have had millions of followers, but to the people who watched her, she was real, relatable, and full of warmth. This is the heartbreaking story of India Kinnamore, a 26-year-old mother, a TikTok creator, and a woman whose life and pregnancy were stolen in an act of pure betrayal. It took 2 years, but her killers were finally brought to justice. Her story is more than a case file. It's a reminder of how fragile life can be, even for someone hopeful, loving, and brave. Our deepest condolences go out to the friends and family of India Kinnamore. May her memory never be forgotten. If you found this story important, subscribe to the True Crime Journal, hit the like button, and share this video. Together, we can keep telling the stories that deserve to be heard.